So, Tomi Lahren, a supposedly conservative commentator who has previously worked for Fox News and The Blaze, has posted a 15-minute rant about how men are just garbage. Yet she says she's not a feminist. Let's have a look.
But something, as of recently, has been on my mind, and I consider myself a teacher, a helper, someone who could possibly inspire people to be better. So, with that being said, this is a PSA for all the men out there, and all the boys who think they're men, but they're actually boys.
You know, whenever a woman tells you that men in general have a problem based on her own relationship experiences, it can only mean one of two things. Either the woman is choosing relationships with bad men, in which case you have serious reason to doubt the clarity of her judgment, her values, and her self-control. Or she's choosing relationships with good men, but it's ending poorly because she's the problem. So, Tomi, you say you're a teacher, a mentor. You're going to teach us men how we can be better. But in very short order, you're going to tell us about all the bad experiences you're having with men, which can only mean that you're either deliberately choosing bad men, or you've chosen good men, but you're the problem. In either case, why should we listen to anything you have to say on the subject? I can sum up my entire response to this rant by simply saying this. Tomi, men do not owe you anything. If you want a relationship with a good man, either quit picking bad men, or figure out why all the good ones are steering clear of you.
This is going to be the summer of canceling boys. Now, from my own personal experiences and the experiences of all of my friends, which range in age from 24 to 36, we've all got issues. Now, I will also say this. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on.
Right off the bat, we have a huge red flag. Tomi says that she and all her friends are attractive, successful, and they have something going on. As I've said many times before, anytime someone has to tell you how great they are, it shows they don't really believe it. In other words, if you were really as attractive and successful as you think you are, you wouldn't feel the need to tell anyone. What Tomi is really saying here is that men in general just must be too stupid to recognize how great she and her friends are, and how deserving they are of everything they want. Is it any surprise that men aren't interested in having long-term relationships with someone with this sort of narcissistic attitude? No one owes you anything, Tomi. Not men, not anyone.
Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. And you have to start looking at that and thinking, if an age range of that many people, including myself, living really all over the country and being blonde, brunette, short hair, long hair, tan, super white, super pale. These women range in every body type and everything. They're all successful, they're all intelligent, they're all good people. But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It might be men. It might be men.
Or let me give you an alternative thought, Tomi. You, as a human being, are responsible for the things that you do. You are the one choosing who you're going to accept dates from and reject dates from. Therefore, if all your relationships are failing, do you think that the problem is that men just in general are garbage? Or could it be that you and your friends are consistently choosing bad men because you value things like height, good looks, and income more than you value demonstrated character, self-control, and other things that you should want for the father of your children? As the old saying goes, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Have you actually tried to make any changes in yourself? Or does everyone else have an obligation to change themselves to meet your desires? If you honestly believe the latter, then I pity the man who wants to spend even 1 minute of time with you.
Now, I've often talked about the pussification of America and how men are no longer men. I talk to my mom about this a lot, and she says, well, maybe it's just the guys in Texas. Maybe it's just the guys in Los Angeles. Maybe it's just the guys. It is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. They, quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country in the age range of about 20 to I think about 55, maybe even 60. A lot of men are trash.
Okay, a lot of men are trash. For the sake of argument, let me grant that that's true. Suppose a lot of men are trash. Why then are you choosing to have relationships with these men? When you go out on a date, are you asking questions about their past behavior to determine what kind of person they are? As your relationship progresses, are you speaking to their friends and family to learn what kind of company they keep? Are you setting boundaries, such as refusing to have sex until they demonstrate that they are interested in commitment? Or are you seeking out tall, attractive, rich men, jumping into bed with them on the first night, and hoping that the power of great sex will transform them into great husbands and providers? I think we all know the answer.
A lot of men don't know how to treat women. A lot of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention.
And not a single man on earth owes you squat. Not good treatment, not respect, and certainly not a relationship. Even if everything you're saying is true, you do not get to demand that men treat you a certain way, any more than the pathetic nice guy can demand that a girl date him just because he's so nice to her. You aren't owed anything, but you do get to decide who you're going to date. No one decides that but you. I'll be tackling the rest of this video in pieces so as not to make it too long, but before I end this first segment, I ask everyone watching to consider this. Do you think that Tomi Lahren and all her attractive, successful, intelligent friends are just victims of rotten luck? Everywhere they go, every single man they meet is a jerk? Never once have they turned down a date from someone they weren't interested in? They've gone on a date with every single person who's ever asked, tall, short, rich, poor, ripped, or fat, and every single one of them turned out to be a horrible, awful, no good, very bad man? Or do you think that Tomi and her friends are primarily interested in certain high-status men? Men who are over 6 feet tall, wealthy, handsome, hold prestigious positions in society, and that they consistently choose to date these men based on those criteria, jumping into bed with them on the first date without so much as asking if they're even remotely interested in getting married someday. The answer to anyone who's known a woman with this kind of attitude is obvious. It's the latter. And granted, that is every woman's right. If a woman only wants a good-looking, wealthy, high-status man, she is absolutely free to only pursue those men. However, those men don't owe her good treatment any more than she owes good treatment to a man she's not interested in dating. If she doesn't owe dates or good treatment to just any man who comes calling, then why exactly does she think she's owed it from the men she wants? Think about it. And that is my 2 cents. Take it for what it's worth. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the bell to receive notifications so that you never miss an upload. And if you're a fan of my channel, please consider supporting me on Subscribestar, Bitbacker, or Patreon to receive special rewards. All links can be found in the About section of my website, my2centsvideos.com.